now. Just this past week, Nintendo has become the major talk of the gaming industry as they officially unveiled their next generation console, the Nintendo Switch 2, as well as a lot of software you can look forward to coming out during 2025. We'll be letting you know the specs, release details, and much, much more during this episode of Option Select On Air. Right, let's get into the first segment of this week's On Air. I'll pass it over to our community members, well, me, as well as over here Cam Ping, to bring you the recent headlines from the gaming industry. All right, so we're gonna go through the headlines pretty quickly as well, because there's tons of news this past
dude.
week.
Sure, there's a lot of Nintendo-related news, but I've also gathered some of my own that are not necessarily related to Nintendo. But I'll pass it to you first to start off.
All right, so we're gonna run through most of these headlines first. So number one, if you didn't know, the Nintendo Switch 2 releases on June 5th, 2025. Very soon, right?
Yeah.
Very soon. And the confirmed specs, as the Direct would say, is a 7.9-inch LCD screen, variable refresh rate up to 120 FPS, 4K 60 FPS, HDR support, 256 gigabytes of internal memory, micro SD express card needed, right?
You can't use the normal one.
Yes, 2 to 6.5 hours like the original Switch. Game chat, microphone, 2 USB-Cs for charging and accessories. 3.5mm audio jack is still there, as well as a dock with HDMI, AC, as well as the LAN Ethernet port. Right, that's a good lesson they took from the OLED model.
It really was kind of annoying trying to play handheld and you want to charge a Switch at the same time, but you can't play
tabletop
mode.
specifically was the annoying part. You can't charge it without an accessory,
Another thing I should highlight is that the Nintendo Switch 2 also releases a bit later in our region, right?
Yes.
Do you know the date?
So if you are from the Southeast Asian region, Nintendo is actually trying to build support here as well and infrastructure here.
Thank God.
So you can expect the release to be between July to September.
Yeah.
Hopefully, for our sake, July, please. Because AMG is coming after soon and we can get that in your hands to try it out, right?
Smile.
Yes. But this console itself, the price is out, not in the Direct. We'll talk about that in the podcast. The console only bundle is for $449.99 US. Console plus Mario Kart World bundled in. For us, it's a package version. For some regions, it's the digital version. This is for an extra $50 of $499.99.
Yeah, that makes up about 2 to 2.5K range for us here.
Yeah. So technically speaking, even most of our community members who were expecting the model's price, we kind of expected it to be around
cheaper,
400 USD.
Yeah.
But this is still acceptable for us. Some of the students might have trouble. We'll talk on that in the podcast segment as well.
Gotta admit though, it's quite a bit of a beast with its specs, so I can understand the price.
The spec jump from the Switch 1 to this, crazy. Crazy. We're going to talk about it more in the podcast, but we'll continue on from now. All the confirmed accessories coming on launch as well. Switch Con, Joy-Con 2, the sequel, Pro Controller 2 as well as GameCube controller from NSO Services, as well as the Switch 2 camera. What does that mean?
New gimmick from Nintendo, I assume.
True. Now, there are tons of games coming on launch day. Right on day one, June 5th, we'll be getting Mario Kart World, $80. Crazy. We'll talk about that. But $50 if you get it in the bundle. No worries on that.
Oh, yeah.
Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom Switch 2 edition. Super smooth, brother. Super smooth. Yakuza 0 Director's Cut, Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster. Pretty cool. Deltarune Episode 1, 2, 3, and 4. 3 and 4 is brand new.
That's
Split
crazy,
Fiction is coming on day one. Great for multiplayer hangouts. Cyberpunk 2077.
The fact they can run on the Switch 2, yeah.
Yeah, it is decently smooth too.
Glad to hear that, honestly.
Street Fighter 6 Fighters Edition comes with DLC Fighters Pack 1 and 2 up to Elena.
Yeah, that's actually really good for people who want to get into Street Fighter, but only have they're used to the Nintendo ecosystem, right?
We'll talk about this in the podcast if the chance comes up, but it looks pretty good as it is right now.
Right.
And anything else for now, we'll hold it for the lightning round. There's still a lot of games. These are the major games I think you should know.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you want to go through this, or am I going to?
You want to touch on the controversies first, though, right?
Yeah. Okay. So there are some controversies relating to the Switch 2
Yeah, I'm sure those are
that
spicy
have been
things.
major discussions since Nintendo has not really clarified a lot of the details during the Direct specifically. So because they didn't clarify price, a lot of the content itself, Mario Kart Worlds right now is being scrutinized heavily for having an $80 price tag in America and £90 in European regions.
Yeah.
But which is why most people online seem to be misinterpreting that the 90 is USD. No, it's 80, but it's still a major jump.
Yeah, it's
We're
quite
going to talk about that especially. All right. But
For
the
sure.
Mario Kart World Direct is coming out next week, April 17th.
Yeah.
For us, it's probably around nighttime as per usual. For further clarification on why it's costing this much, why is a racing game costing $80? Potentially over 300 ringgit, guys.
Oh my god, man. Why did they have to jump so hard, man?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Next is game cards, digital game cards and game key cards. What the heck is a game key card? A lot of people are misinterpreting what that means. We'll get into it, but basically, it's what the Switch 1 had. It's what the PS4, PS5 does. But for the first time, it got a name on the Switch
Yeah.
systems.
That's something that Nintendo usually does, right? Like, imagine the Direct before the Switch 2 Direct, they had the virtual game card thing, right?
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is basically just game sharing. It's really nothing too special.
Yeah, it's game sharing similar to what Steam already offers.
Yeah, so-
which is perfect for people who didn't actually have this convenient
Yeah.
method.
Of course, this is a different case, but it's still just Nintendo putting names on things that we are used to already. So it
Yeah,
just
yeah,
sounds
yeah.
like something new, but it's not.
Yeah. And the last controversy that we will probably discuss later is Switch 2. Joy-Con drift may still be possible in the future
Yeah, this matters to us.
because there's no Hall effect sticks confirmed. That said, we still need to tempt our expectations that every controller drifts eventually. It's not a Joy-Con exclusive problem, but Joy-Cons have been known to be more prominently likely to drift.
Yeah, understand.
This is definitely still something we have to be tested over time. We can't say it right now. But this is all the controversies listed right now. We're moving on.
Should we start getting into the lightning round? My section.
Yeah.
All right. I think before that, we have to start with the ones on the games that will be released but not on launch day. I do want to touch on a few of those, right? So I'm going to start running through a few of these. Raido Remastered, Mystery of the Soulless Army releases June 19, 2025. Tamagotchi Plaza releases June 27. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4. I don't know why that has a SpongeBob DLC, but hey, that's kind of
Yeah, they literally gave us 2 seconds of it.
Yeah, July 11, 2025. Donkey Kong's Banana.
Bonanza.
Oh my
Bonanza.
god.
So Donkey Kong got
Yeah.
a new 3D platformer in over 20 years.
It's a Hulk like.
It's coming in July 17th for $70 right now.
Yep. Shadow Labyrinth, the creepypasta Pac-Man Metroidvania.
I do not understand what that game is,
It-
but it looks cool.
It looks interesting for what they're trying to do with Pac-Man. Anyways, that one's coming out on July 18.
Yep.
Super Mario Party Jamboree Nintendo Switch 2 edition with Jamboree TV. That one is
Unconfirmed for
yeah,
price.
but it is still coming out in July 24.
You will use your game Switch 1 cartridge and get the bonus, the Nintendo Switch 2 editions for a cheaper fee, but you can also buy the full game card with the DLC included in the game card.
Yep. Wild Hearts S, I wasn't aware of this, but it's also coming out on the Switch 2, which is nice to see, right? July 25th. No Sleep for Konami Date from AI, the Somnium Files, July 25th. Story of Seasons, Grand Bazaar, August 27th. And then we have Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Nintendo Switch 2 edition, plus the Star-Crossed World DLC. Not sure as well on the price of this one, but it will be releasing on August 28th. Daemon X Machina, Titanic Scion, the sequel to the original one on the Switch.
Yeah,
is
if
also
you
coming out.
saw our reaction, somebody said it's a re-release. No, it's a sequel, proper sequel.
Yeah, which I'm honestly surprised by, but hey, it's good for them, honestly. We need more mech games. September 5th, that one's coming out. Kirby Air Riders, Masahiro Sakurai. We don't know the release date yet, but he's been announced, and it's glad to see Kirby Air Riders just being
Everyone
live again.
popped off at the director as per usual.
Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, that one's not sure when it's coming out yet,
Yes.
but we just know that it is coming to the Switch too. Let's see what else. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment 2025. Pokemon Legends ZA. Of course, there has to be a Switch 2 edition. God
Yep.
knows how well
It's
the
very
Switch 1
smooth
version
looking
will
for
run.
now.
Yeah. Let's see. Dragon Drive, the amputee basketball game. I don't know how else to describe it, honestly, but it is really cool.
It's a
idea.
great way to try out
Yeah.
the mouse functionality of the console, which we
Yeah.
didn't actually mention.
Oh, yeah. Coming out in summer 2025. Elden Ring is on Switch. In 2025, Witchbrook, an indie game that I remember the pixel art just looking pretty cool. 2025, Marvel Cosmic Invasion, one of those classic looking
Beat 'em
beat-em-up
ups.
games, but it's actually like made in the modern era. So also 2025, Borderlands 4, 2025, 2 Point Museum, Goodnight Universe, Star Wars Outlaws, all 2025. And you know what else is around? The Dustbloods, the FromSoft Switch exclusive game. Never thought I would be able to say that one day.
The
2026.
Dustbloods looks really interesting. I think it will be a major system seller.
For sure, man. Considering it's an exclusive, man. I don't know how they got that.
Hmm.
Right. Starseeker Astronaut Expeditions and Hades 2, both 2025. And then we have a few others. Project 007, a surprise reveal. Not much info on this one just yet, but we know it's coming to the Switch 2. Enter the Gungeon 2, nice to see as a sequel to one of the most beloved roguelikes from like the older times.
Looking pretty good.
Right? Not that old, but you get what I mean. Fast Fusion, Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate, Reanimal, Human Fall Flat 2, Hollow Knight Zuxong, Professor Layton and the New World of Steam, and Fortnite. Look at all these games coming to the Switch, man. That's a lot of stuff already, and that's just the stuff that we cover in the Direct. That's not counting all the other stuff that we missed out besides Nintendo, right?
Welcome to Option Select on Air, where our community members join in to discuss the news, play games, and a special topic of the day. On Air goes live on Twitch every 2 to 3 weeks, brought to you by the folks at Offstage Malaysia, your local Nintendo-centric community gathered right here at Mentari, Bandar Sunway. Special thanks to our sponsors, Mansion Display Systems and Printing Services, as well as Pixels Distribution, for bringing this show to life.
Right.
Yeah,
So now we're gonna head into that next, right? First things first, we have the first Berserker Kazan, which is a spin-off title based on the Dungeon and Fighter series. It's a Souls-like that I had a friend that played it before, and it was actually quite hard. But it was quite well received as well, so I'd say it does the Souls-like formula quite well. It came out on the 27th of March. Let's see. Olympia. If any Rivals 2 players are paying attention to this podcast, it also just came out on April 3rd. I haven't tried her out yet, but she looks really fun.
Oh, a new character.
Yeah. We all thought it was going to be Absa, man. Because it was in the trailer. Inzoi, the first time I've seen a Sims competitor in a good long time. And it's also like fully 3D and all that, right?
Inzoi, from my perspective, is the character creation alone is a lot of fun for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It has very interesting face tracking technology as well. A little uncanny, but it's genuinely impressive.
Yeah. And like I said, the first Sims competitor in years, and it's doing very well because of that. Next we have Haste Broken Worlds, a surprise drop on the 1st of April from Landfall Games, who are also responsible for stuff like Tab's Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. I played this one actually, it's really fun. But it's really fast paced too. And just so you know, there is this what is it? Would I call this AA or AAA? South of Midnight. It was featured in an Xbox showcase once and was, how do I put it? Very based off Southern folklore. And the art itself, the art direction is really cool. Think of it something like Kena Bridge of Spirits in that kind of style, right?
Yeah.
So I saw the reviews, it's doing quite good, but I do think more people need to play the game. Short and sweet, I think it's about 12 hours. Anyways, next off, we have Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. It was already out on PC and other usual platforms, but it's coming out on the iOS and Android on April 14th, so that's quite interesting.
You play it on your phone.
Yeah, dude. I played that game too. It's pretty fun. GeoGuessr. Haha. This is getting a Steam version. Early access sometime in April. Let's see what else. Oh, Tempopo. This one's quite an interesting game. From the people that made Unpacking. Some of us here have played this game before.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a rhythm puzzle game that releases on April 17. And the other interesting to note is that the music for this game was done by a BAFTA award-winning composer, Jeff Van Dyke. I hope I did not pronounce that wrong. It's a bit weird because when I looked up the guy, he's done other soundtracks, but for like Alien Isolation.
That is
and
an
the thing
interesting choice.
The thing is, like, I look at this game and it's like really cute. So the contrast really does throw me up. And then also, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is slated for release on 24th of April. This is one of the RPGs that, like, on the Western side that I'm really looking forward to, actually. Okay, I think that covers a lot. But
Yeah.
there's a few more miscellaneous things that we can still go through.
All right, the miscellaneous things, we'll just talk about specifically things that we want to highlight. We don't have to
Yeah.
go through everything because we have a big list.
Yeah, we do have quite a lot.
But yes, so I'll start with like my points.
yeah, sure.
So pre-orders for Switch 2 right now, the pricing and when it's actually being released is slightly delayed because of the Trump's terrorist situation. Supposedly the release date is still the same, but we have not gotten full confirmation on that. Right, pre-order is still unknown. Nintendo Switch 2 cartridges will again taste like crap. Don't eat it, don't ingest it. It's designed to make you not want to eat it. So kids, spit it out, okay? All right.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah, so another thing I want to mention is Guilty Gear Strive's anime has its first episode released. Right now, it looks cool. I haven't watched it. I really want to watch it. It looks dang
You know
cool.
what else is getting more attention though? The Devil May Cry anime. That one I have no idea whether it's good or bad. I just saw a picture of Virgil saying I am the storm and it's like
Devil Trigger is played with Dante on screen, not with Virgil.
It's Nero's voice actor. Yeah. Okay. Here's a few funny things I want to highlight. You know, before, in between our podcast, it was April 1st. So there was a bunch of April Fool's jokes that also came out because of it. One of the things I actually wanted to highlight was Power World's April Fool's joke because apparently they were making a dating sim. Of course, it's been done before, but it's usually a joke.
Are they actually developing it?
Yes. This is a real game. This is a very, very real game.
It is no longer a joke,
talk,
guys.
Let me talk about like the Steam page because what it says here, right? You, the protagonist, enroll as a transfer student in the prestigious Pulpagus Private Academy. You will meet unique friends, pals, and enjoy school life through friendship and romance. It's up to you whether you stay friends with the pals, develop romantic relationships with them, or even dismember and eat them. April Fools, guys. Okay, I'm not gonna go through all the April Fool's jokes that I had written, but I think I wanted to touch on the D-Brand one because that's really fucking funny.
Yep.
They usually do like phone covers and all that, right? So on April Fool's, they released this cover that's basically fake grass on your phone, so that whenever people tell you to touch grass, you can just say, "I am." You can buy it, by the way. This is real.
It's a perfect practical joke.
It's real.
yes.
It's very real. Oh my god. And I think after that, we can touch on some cool, funny facts. Did you know there's a Katamari Damacy game on Apple Arcade?
Katamari Damacy is on Apple Arcade?
Yes, there is a Katamari game on Apple Arcade called Katamari Damacy Rolling Live. I spotted.
Is this uniquely made?
Yes.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah.
That's
And
cool.
the gameplay, from what I've seen, is very much Katamari Damacy. It's just that, why is it on Apple Arcade? God knows. But hey, hopefully it escapes Apple Arcade gel one day.
Apple's
so
getting
we can play.
exclusives.
Oh yeah, they have been. Remember Sonic Dream Team?
Yo.
Right. Also, let me see what else is interesting. Tekken 8. I don't know if anyone wants to talk about season 2.
All right, we can talk about a little bit of fighting game news.
Yeah,
Tekken 8 Tekken 8 is causing a lot of controversy in terms of the reception to the latest season of its update. We were supposed to get defensive gameplay. No.
Oh no, an update to that, right? Did you see the Ana bug? For some reason, if you trigger a certain move with Ana's slap, right, other opponents can slap her back. But if you do it right, there is a way to transition into a stance and use Ana's moves against her.
Oh my god.
So people have been breaking the game like crazy because of this. A little bit of fun to ease the pain that is season 2 right now.
Season 2 has a lot of bad reception currently. Now, Bandai Namco, hopefully they will respond soon. They're getting overwhelming negative reviews on Steam right now.
They have an emergency patch coming, but it's gonna be in a few weeks, so they're gonna have to sit tight till then. Street
Yeah.
Fighter also some news. Finally, we see the Elena trailer. We got a release date, June 5th.
Elena, the final character in the Fighters Pack 2, gonna be launching on June 5th alongside the Fighters Edition on Switch as well.
Healing Super, anyone? Smile.
Last point.
KOF, isn't it?
No, Fatal Fury.
Fatal
Fatal Fury.
Fatal Fury. Sorry, my bad.
City of the Wolves has Salvatore Ganacci. Interesting choice for another character in the base roster,
Right.
by the way.
Yeah, because we already know Cristiano Ronaldo is gonna be in it, and he has ball physics, so that automatically makes him a pretty cool character to play. But what the heck is going on here?
So initially, a lot of people were more quick to respond negatively because why are we having another real human character
Yeah,
referenced
it
in
seemed,
our fighting
it seemed
game?
very random.
Yes, but now that we've seen his moveset more, it's referencing a lot of the music videos that this
Person has
artist
done.
this artist has
Yeah.
done. So the moves are more references to the character of Salvatore Ganacci more than the artist himself.
And the artist himself also pays a lot of homage to Fatal Fury in his concerts, from what I heard.
Yeah.
So you know what? It's not as bad as we originally thought.
Respectable.
Like, does it break immersion? Kinda still, right? People can definitely understand that, right? You got two human characters in a fantastical game like Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. But you know, at least it's turning around some people's opinions.
Yeah.
So hopefully things go well for them. We like good fighting games, right?
All right, so for those of you who are FGG stands, they're playing in the background.
We got Marvel here.
Yeah, and that pretty much ends this episode segment of the news segment for Option Select on Air.
Yeah.
Now, thank you, Cam, for joining me for this segment. We're going to move on to the gaming segment. Thank you, Cam. You can head off now. Thank you.
Yeah.
We will be heading off into the second segment.